Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Matthew Mumbles. My name is Matthew, and on this podcast show, we pretty much talk about whatever we want to talk about. It could be my life interests, my life stories, things happening right now in the world, my thoughts on things, etc. Today, I want to talk about the newest trailer to Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. Yes, the X is silent, in case if you did not know that. That being said, there is so much to unravel from this one trailer. I watched the trailer literally after I got done sleeping from a nap, and then I opened up my phone and I'm like, oh, there's the trailer posted like at that time, and I was just like, all right, let's give it a watch. It was so insane. I think this was probably the thing that even though I was awake at that point, it was the thing that woke me up as if I was, just got the news of a life. I mean, it technically was news, so yeah. So to break this whole thing down, what makes it so insane? Well, again, let's break it down. So the trailer first starts off the same way that we see Kong open up in the first trailer, which is of the pyramids and the sand breaking away, and then there's a vortex to the hollow earth, and then Kong climbs out with his glove, now named the Beast Glove, and we got a bit of an extended shot, not by much, but it is an extended shot. Then next we get some newer footage of Godzilla, what I'm assuming is Godzilla, yeah, that's definitely Godzilla, in the water, with a not a whirlpool, but a wave, almost like a tsunami, like how it was in the 2014 movie. Here is something new. Godzilla in a lake. There's not a lake, a river, or where bridges are. This is a very small confined space for Godzilla, and he's somehow making his way through it as if it's no problem. But his spines, almost like shark fins, poke out of the water, and they break the bridges, and I feel bad for anyone on those bridges, by the way. So then the camera cuts to underwater, pans over underwater, and then right as the camera gets to Godzilla's face, it glows red so menacingly. Next we get that standard shot of Kong leaping into the hollow earth, and then we see this we finally get the distinction between the quote-unquote great apes, aka Kong species, and the Titans, which is Godzilla and Mothra, Rodan, and everyone else. Which I kind of find weird that they separate the great apes and the Titans separately in that little speech, because, Kong is a Titan, so maybe it's just talking about them in specific. I mean, of course it's talking about them in specific, probably because they're the most charismatic towards humanity. Because, humanity could be wiped out, and I guarantee Godzilla would not care at all. So, next we get, this one scene of Kong, and it, Kong and Gia, doing that thing where they put their, where she puts her hand on Kong's finger. And it's very reminiscent of that one scene on the boat from the first movie in the rain, which I'm guessing that's what's supposed to be kind of like a homage to. Kong has a brilliant, really well done expression. For such a CG looking creature, they did a really good job. And Gia is now in school, and all of a sudden she's sensing something and gets this quick vision. There's an eyeball which apparently shows Mothra, and then it shows Godzilla in charge of Blue, and then there's this pending battle scene with all four of the main Titans, Kong, Scar King, Shimu, and Godzilla, all in the same area. And then what I'm guessing is the ice blast, destroying the who knows how many buildings with one blast. That's gonna cause some major damage. That's probably gonna be the absolute zero cannon times 100. Because that's coming from a natural Titan, by the way. The one who caused the Ice Age. What was Kiryu able to do? Blast a few buildings down to nothing? Kiryu cannot cause an entire Ice Age. I guarantee Shimu's frostbite blast is going to be way more powerful if it can cause a whole ice age. So breaking that more down, yet still destroying the buildings. Get like a screen that's like all malfunctioning, and then we get like this huge like explosion coming from this building, and then we get like more energy. Scar King then transitions to Shimo's eyes, and then Gia wakes up. I'm scared that something is wrong with me, and this is like her, I'm guessing, sensing or seeing the future of what's gonna happen. And so it opens up the same way the previous trailer did. That standard thing that like senses shockwaves. And Kong, this is where I believe we see Mothra. Because if you look closely at this one shot of Kong, wait, is that? That might be Mothra. Because you see this one shot of Kong like looking off to the, like turning around. You see something like waving up in the air. It's small, it's thin, and it's above him. Only one Titan in the Monsterverse matches that description. That's Mothra. She is 100% in this movie. If she's not, then my apologies. Maybe they're referencing her. Also, new shot of Godzilla. He's like all charged up in blue. This is not his evolved form. He's like still in his 2019, 2021 form. And he's like all charged up in blue. And, you know, this form was in the movie in GVK. If you go back to the Hollow Earth scene where Godzilla shoots the beam, right as he's roaring at Kong through the Hollow Earth hole that he made, he's like this. His entire body is nothing but blue and veins. You can see like just how much power he has. It's the same form. So obviously something has happened to Godzilla to make him this powered up. So then he swims off into the ocean very quickly too. So he'd know he's up to something. So then we have to the characters in the base. They go on one of the new heaves. And obviously Kong makes a good old dive for it. Like, you know, screw it, I'm going in. And then, you know, same Fantastic Hollow Earth stuff. On March 29th, more shots with the heaves and Kong looking. And then, of course, we get to meet Zuko for the first time. Is that a mini Kong? And then there's, like, weird squishy thing that, like, sends a bunch of Hollow Earth energy upward. Scar King's handprint, or at least a handprint of one of his victims. Zuko showing Kong, like, what happened or what's going on. Kong meets a bunch of his, I'm guessing, relatives. Definitely not his parents, because they're dead. It was confirmed in the comics. And Scar King looking up. That standard shot that we've been shown like a million times by now. The Kong's like drumming, almost anticipating a fight. Scar King walking up. Zuko looking concerned. Scar King jumping down right in front of Kong. Roars at him. Kong roars back. And the two of them waste no time. They go axe versus whip. This is what I wanted to see, because I wondered what does the whip in particular do? Because we saw the like jaw of the fallen Titan, which whatever Titan was, which I'm assuming it was a Warbat. No, it wasn't a Warbat, because the Warbat has like much smaller teeth than that. So, Scar King gets a hit. It wraps around Kong's left forearm, and then unless this trailer is flipped, which I don't think it is, because Kong's holding the axe in his right hand, which if the Beast Glove was to be acting as a brace, I don't see why they wouldn't put it on. I don't see why they would put it on the right hand when the left hand is the one that gets injured here in the scene, because he pulls the whip. And you can visibly see blood. Like, it slashes Kong's finger. At first I thought it cut it off. No, it just slashes his finger. And then Kong doesn't seem... Well, he definitely roars in pain, but he doesn't seem like phased. Like, he doesn't go ahead and look at the wound like, what gives... And then if you look really closely, you'll actually see, like, his arm is already bruised up and beaten. And then after I assume that he loses the fight to Scar King, he maybe is like banished to like this area with Shimu because there's no other Kongs around here. Or maybe this is when Kong is exploring like this cavern with Scar King is, and he comes across Shimu. He wakes up Shimu, and then Shimu gets really mad at him, and then Kong uses the axe to block the ice breath. But let's be real here. It probably won't work. This is when we get more Godzilla action, where Godzilla and Kong jump out from underneath the ground and just charge. They are not wasting any time. Rise together. More waves. Sorry, just noticed something. But we have a new angle of Shimu clearly visible on the coast of Brazil. I forget the name of whatever. I forget the coast. But Shimu is looking upward and just firing a big ice beam, and we get more of that destruction that we saw. More human stuff with the Hollow Earth, or Fall Alone, as the tagline goes. Kong rises out of the ground. This is where the confirmation is that Godzilla and Kong will fight again, as Godzilla's firing at Kong, and Kong is like dodging the beam, and he's like avoiding it via the pyramids, putting his arm out to like maybe block him or something. New angle with what I'm assuming is like the Beast Glove being constructed. Godzilla looks at Kong. Kong looks back. Scar King roars. And this is the greatest angle I've seen in this trailer. We saw Kong punch Godzilla so much. On the aircraft carrier, in Hong Kong, and even kicked him in the water. And Godzilla, he was phased, but he wasn't really hurt. There was no visible damage to him when Kong punched him. If anything, all that just did was make him more angry. Scar King here has Suko by the neck, and Kong comes in with the left hook and punches Scar King so hard his entire body like shifts with the hit, and a tooth comes right out. Like, I'm seeing that, like, the root of the tooth, that is some blood. Like, wow. You're gonna need more than a trip to the dentist to get that fixed. Another shot of Godzilla, and he does the nuclear pulse. This was something I was hoping he would do. I know he did in King of the Monsters in the comics, but I wanted to see no destroyed fins, no power upgrade, just him doing the nuclear pulse on screen. So we're finally getting it. More stuff with the Hollow Earth tribe, and Suko throws a rock and hits a member of Kong's species that's definitely not Kong himself or Scar King, because that is a slimmer, like brown fur colored Kong specimen, whatever. And this guy he appears to already be covered in blood in his face and chest region, and he gets skewered right in the face with that rock. Unless that's just a statue of Kong, or Kong member statue, and I'm just making things up. So Kong gets the Beast Glove upgraded, clenches his fist, and then we see it in action with the whip, wrapping around a piece of a building. Scar King throws it at Kong, and Kong punches it out of mid-air, and like it explodes with lightning. We get this quick angle of like Kong looking mad. And then the money shot of Godzilla and Kong roaring together up into the air. And then that's the trailer. Full disclosure, this trailer made my hype for this movie actually go up quite a large margin. Because, look, I was feeling a bit iffy on another Godzilla movie right after -1. Because the fact that just knowing that we're not going to get any more Godzilla content for at least a little while, unless they've got another animated series like singular point in the works, or another anime movie trilogy, we might not see Godzilla until at least another while. Which, hey, look, if we're getting 2 movies and a TV show, I'm good. But that being said, this movie is going to be hype. This is a movie that you come to see for a popcorn flick. This is going to be a movie that you want to see multiple giant monsters beating each other down to nothing. You want to get destruction? You want to get craziness? You want to get awesomeness? That last part, you might as well go see Kung Fu Panda 4. But this one is going to be sick. This trailer is so well edited and so well put together. I think it might have shown a little too much, because they tried to hide Shimo, yet they gave us like far away shots that clearly show Shimo's body. And they also released the toys of Shimo. Like, we already got like 3 toys of Shimo on the market. We got the minifigure from the Crystal set, and we have the 2 Playmates figures, one individually released and the other one packaged with a playset with Godzilla. So like, just reveal him in the trailer. Don't just give us like little glimpses of like his eyes and his beam. Like, you might as well just have him in the full trailer, like roaring and beating each other up, not just quick glimpses of him. But that being said, that's all I really have to say. If you guys like to, definitely subscribe to the channel. Believe in Jesus, accept him as your Lord and Savior today. Spread the gospel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, everyone. God bless.